The Clarity Act could unlock trillions in digital assets gains. What if I told you that 84 trillion is about to change hands and the digital assets regulation decides who wins? How? Not the banks, not the hedge funds, you. This isn't hype. This is what's happening right now in Washington. I'll explain how all this ties together later. Just stay tuned and pay close attention. This is very, very important. So baby boomers control $84 trillion worth of wealth. Homes, stocks, businesses, retirement funds. And over the next 20 years, right? We're talking about that money's going to move to millennials, Gen Zs, and this guy's generation as well. Okay. This little guy right here. This is my little guy right here. Wonderful guy. All right. It's going to change hands and they're going to be inheriting this type of wealth, right? But here's the problem. The financial system they inherited wasn't built for digital dollars, right? Digital money. And that's where the Clarity Act comes in. Okay. And this is why banks are also waiting, right? Because this bill could decide whether digital assets become a side bet or the backbone of the next wealth era. So make sure to smash the like button, okay? Because this video really matters. So stay tuned and you're going to be happy that you did. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Remember, this is for educational purposes only. This is not financial or legal or tax advice. So please do your own research.
I love the idea of innovation. The money center banks have been sitting on their hands for years, crapping on the crypto industry, but it's not about Bitcoin. Nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's digital payment systems. That's the potential. That's the amazing opportunity we have here. Now, the reason that will be important and why we'll get price appreciation on Bitcoin is the minute that happens, it will signal the move to the next act, the Market Infrastructure Act. And why that matters to everybody in this room is we will finally determine, is Bitcoin a commodity or a security? And when that is determined and regulated, Katie bar the doors, $1 trillion will come and index that asset. Let's all hope that happens while we're all alive here. Anyways, thank you very much.
So this is the largest transfer of wealth in human history that's about to come upon us, right? More than the GDP of China, more than every tech company combined, right? But your generation don't trust the old system, okay? The banks, the inflation, government overreach. No, instead they want things, digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokenized assets, digital ownership, and stocks and so on. But what's the issue, right? Digital assets has been driving without clear rules. And when rules are unclear, big money stays away until now, right? So this is why we want the banks to come in, right? Because the banks are waiting for clarity so that way they can come in. And they're the ones who hold a lot of the wealth and funds that they manage, right? So we want them to come in. Okay. This is why the Clarity Act is so huge, because when they do come in, you already know the rest. So Digital Asset Market Clarity Act of 2025, even though we're in 2026, it's still labeled as 2025 in the government website, right? Does exactly what its name says. Okay. Exactly what it says. Okay. Buddy, what do you want? You want to be in the video? Okay, let's talk. All right. So right now, SEC says digital. All right, folks. This guy's interrupting my video. He wants to look nice and fresh. All right. So you wanted some lip moisture. All right, let's go. So right now, SEC says digital assets is a security. The CFTC says it's commodities. So courts are stuck in the middle. The Clarity Act ends the chaos, right? And chaos ending is when wealth floods in. Wealth that are being managed by banks, right? Wealth of baby boomers, wealth of Gen X, wealth of, all the wealth that is in the world, right? So what the bill actually does is this, okay? Let me simplify it for you. Number one, digital commodities are defined as example, Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay? Mature networks, commodities, not securities. That's huge because commodities trade freely. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, it's okay. XRP and all those things are going to be considered under the CFTC, and which is huge, okay? And all these have, and if you go to read the Clarity Act, there's certain tokens or digital assets that are classified as decentralized commodities So SEC regulates tokens at launch. Once decentralized, right, FCC takes over. No more regulatory tug of war. Institutions love this, okay, because they don't have to be subjected to the harsh rules of the SEC. Okay. Next, secondary market protection, right? Buying digital assets on exchanges, right? You're not entering an investment contract. That means less fear, more liquidity, stronger markets. Number four, the anti-CBDC firewall. You know what CBDCs are, right? Central bank digital currencies. This bill blocks the Federal Reserves from issuing a retail CBDC. No programmable money, no surveillance wallets, just digital asset stays private sector driven. This is massive. Okay. We don't want that stuff. You don't want that stuff because they can see everything you do on the blockchain and so on. I know Europe is more in that area. They want those things, but no, not here. Okay. So why this changes everything? Here's what clarity unlocks. Pension funds, banks, insurance companies, sovereign wealth funds. These players manage trillions. Think about BlackRock, Blackstone, all these big dogs, right? So they don't touch assets without rules. Okay. With the Clarity Act, that door opens. And when trillions enter the market with limited supply, you know what happens. Okay. You know what happens. So let me make this more real for you. Okay. Think of my little guy, for example, right? Inherits 100K. Real system, he has options of savings account, inflation eats it, wealth stalls. New system with clarity, right? Regulated exchanges, digital commodities, and long-term blockchain exposure. That 100K doesn't just sit, it compounds into generational wealth. That's the shift. Okay. How big can this get? Conservatives estimates say the digital assets can observe 10 to 20% of the 84 trillion transfer. That's about 8 to 16 trillion overnight. But structurally, this isn't the pump. This is a real plumbing of the financial system. After I'm done this, I can help you. Okay, I'll help you clean up. All right, you want to join me? Till we're done. Okay. So, but structure, this isn't a pump. This is like a re-plumbing of the financial system, right? So it's not really about crypto or anything like that. This is about revamping the whole financial system. So things of ISO 20022, go look at that up, and then think about blockchain and why banks want to come here. Okay. It's better, it's faster than the old system, right? So the House already passed versions of this bill called the Clarity Act, the market structure bill, with bipartisan support. Right now, it's in the Senate, it's debating it now. Right, Republicans want innovation, Democrats want protection, industry's watching closely. 2026 is the tipping point. If this passes, this becomes the U.S. becomes the global capital of digital assets. If it isn't already, right, that wealth goes usually. If this doesn't happen, that wealth goes offshore. Okay, so there's no choice, right? This isn't about politics. It's about positioning, right? It's about positioning yourself as a nation, as a city, as a state, as a country, and as a family, as an individual, right? The great wealth transfer is happening with or without you, right? So the Clarity Act decides who gets access, who gets protection, who builds wealth early. So if you have any questions, right, comment below, right? Are you pro clarity or are you more cautious like Brian Armstrong of Coinbase, right? He was one of the folks that delayed this bill. Everyone, we're going to move forward in the Senate, but he said no. He wants stablecoins to have yields, and the banks don't want that because of threat of competition. But you can't always get what you want. Sometimes you have to compromise. Yeah. All right. So that's basically what's happening. So subscribe for what's next because the stablecoin explosion is coming and it's even bigger. And once this pass, trust me, you're gonna be want to be there. And you know what I think it's gonna happen in 2026. Everything's gonna happen in 2026. All right. So check out Mr. Wonderful's video on this. Look what he says about this. And make sure to like, share, subscribe. Once again, this is for educational purposes only. This is not legal, tax, or financial advice. Make sure to do your own research. Take care and have a wonderful day. We love you and God loves you. And this guy loves you too. Take care, right? Give them a kiss, Give them a kiss. Give them a kiss, little guy. Go like this. Give them a kiss. Give the crowd a kiss. Give the crowd a kiss.